Welcome back to Dummy Boy Finance. I'm Dummy Boy, and we're going to get straight into our explosive penny stock watch list. So we're going to start here with TSNPD, and we had a beautiful day on a technical basis here on Humble. So you guys know we had this uptrend line right here. That was our final level of support. And so if you look at what we did today, we back tested this line, and at this level, you can see we had a nice explosion to the upside. We had news of an investment coming out of Chile, about 500,000 shares being bought up, and if you do the math, it's around $2.22 of an average share price for that investor. And so at these levels, we knew we had a great buying opportunity as well as an average down opportunity, and so that came to fruition today. We tested those lows, we had a slight back test, and then we were off to the races, and now we are back into our bull flag and we are above our 50 SMA, and so everything looks extremely bullish here on Humble. And now we are just patiently waiting to see our ticker change to HMBL. Overall up 12.64% today, absolutely solid. Next stock of the day, we're looking at SNDL here on the 30-minute time frame. So I'm very interested to see the earnings that come out here for SNDL, because I think that might be a very great catalyst to bring this one up a little bit higher. We have seen a nice consolidation in this range for a very long time now, and so if we get some good news out of this ER, I would not be surprised at all if we start to see a nice climb back up. If we go here to our MACD on the daily time frame, this is looking extremely bullish right here. We had our curl up, we have a positive MACD, and any sort of good news will launch this stock up. And so that is kind of what we're anticipating here for SNDL. We do believe we are going to see a better than expected ER, and this will lead this MACD to cross over, and thus this will continue to rise the share price. And so overall today we were up only 2%, but the real bread and butter is going to be how well this earnings report is. Next stock of the day, we're looking at IGEN on the daily time frame. So IGEN actually had a very solid day today. We were only up 3.44%, but we were down today for the majority of the day. We had a back test of our 50 SMA, and then we came right back up. And so you can see every time that we've interacted with our 50 SMA, we always end up closing above it. And so that is extremely bullish. You can see we have not had any significant volume coming in. Our MACD is positive, and it does still seem like it's leveling out. And so any sort of good news will start to bring this MACD up. We'll get the crossover, and then we will start making our move back to the upside. And so for IGEN, we've seen very nice price action above this 50 SMA. Very great opportunities to be getting into the stock in my opinion, and so overall today up only 3.44%. Next stock of the day, we're looking at WDLF on the 30-minute time frame. So Social Life Network is a stock that we have been following for a very long time. We bought this stock the same time we bought Humble stock, and we did not have too much money in Social Life Network at the time. We made tremendous gains on it, but I wanted to make a bigger position, and so we sold our position somewhere up here, and then we have just been waiting and waiting and waiting to get back into Social Life Network with a bigger position, and that is exactly what we did today. And so this morning I opened up a very nice position here in Social Life Network, and now we are ready to ride this to the moon. And so if you just kind of look at what we saw today, we got our back test of our uptrend line. So this was a line that we were watching very closely, and we anticipated Social Life Network to trade above this level. And so if we got that back test, that's what we were looking for to get into a position here on Social Life Network. And so that's what we got. And then you can see what happened here the rest of the day. We had a crazy explosion up, and now we are going to just continue our momentum, and we shall see if we break above this wedge and to the upside. Overall, this was a solid play that I've had my eyes on for a long time, and I'm finally happy to say that now I am holding long for Social Life Network. Very exciting actually to get back into this stock. Next stock of the day, we're looking at SEGI here on the 30-minute time frame. I'm extremely frustrated with my platform because it does not let me trade SEGI stock, and that is extremely frustrating because today I went to go buy it because I love the price action that we've seen. We were hovering above our uptrend line and we were wrestling with our 50 SMA. I thought at this level, this is an easy buy. I went to go buy, and it said there are restrictions that I cannot buy in my jurisdiction. And so that was extremely frustrating, and I am very annoyed at that because this stock is going to yield a decent return in the short term. At 5 cents, I think this stock can easily get back up to 15 cents, and that's 200% right there on your money. And so I'm very, very frustrated with SEGI. But those of you guys who are looking to get in or have bought in, trust me, you guys are getting in on a good play at a very nice price. Anytime you can get a stock on an uptrend, on support, you usually make some money on it. And so I see the same type of pattern playing out here for SEGI. Solid play right now, just wrestling with our 50 SMA, and I think we closed right above it. So extremely bullish here on SEGI. Next stock of the day, we're looking at MJNA on the 30-minute time frame. So another day where we just traded sideways. We closed below our level of support, and we are just continue to consolidate in this range. As we consolidate, our 50 SMA will creep right up, and as we creep up, we are going to have a nice move to the upside. Now, I want to bring to your guys' attention why I'm so bullish on MGNA. So I love looking at long-term patterns, and so this is a long-term pattern that MGNA has been in. Since 2012, we have seen a pattern like this. And so when I found out about AMC before the short squeeze, it's because of these long-term patterns that I did. And so you can see we got rejected, got rejected, got rejected a whole bunch of times. We kept getting rejected. And then recently we blew past this level of resistance right here. We tested highs of about 22 cents and we came right back down and we got tested back to our 50 SMA. We held support and now we are sitting above this level of support that once was our 11-year long line of resistance. And so this is extremely bullish. And so the more we just consolidate in this range, that is just going to make me extremely more bullish on MGNA. And so if we're just looking at the technical breakdown, how bullish it's looking, and we're looking at the future fundamentals for the cannabis industry as a whole, common sense is telling me that MGNA is a strong buy. And so that's exactly where we are here on MGNA. Definitely think this is a buy, and this one should yield a nice return if you do decide to hold this for the long term. Next stock of the day, we're looking at ALYI on the daily time frame. So we're down 2.81%. And so another longer term pattern that I want to go over is since 2016, we have just been on a steady little uptrend here, but we kept getting rejected by this line. You can see rejection, rejection, rejection. And then we finally broke past this line of resistance. Once we broke this level of resistance, you can see we had an extraordinary run up. We came back down, we found support on our 50 SMA, and then we started to move back up. And so because now we are treating a former line of resistance as a line of support, that is extremely bullish. And so a lot of these penny stocks that I'm covering are looking very bullish, and I wish I could buy every single one of them, but I just don't have that type of capital. But on a technical basis, these are all looking extremely bullish. They have very healthy long-term trends intact. If we look at our MACD is starting to curl back up. It looks like we're about to get a crossover right here, and it does look like this stock is about to go. And so a lot of opportunities to make some money on a lot of these penny stocks. I hope y'all are making some money on these. Next stock of the day, we're looking at HYSR on the daily time frame, down 5%. Trading in no man's land, absolutely no reason to get into this one. Technicals do not look good at all. Still have a negative MACD. Does look like we are about to curl back down. We are holding this 100-day SMA as support, but overall HYSR still no man's land. Next stock of the day, looking at ACDC on the daily time frame. So we're up 2%, but again, we are just trading sideways here. Our MACD does look like it can go a little bit lower in the short term, and so this does look like a nice accumulation zone for ACDC. However, I'm personally not in ACDC as I am in other plays, and so on a technical basis, it doesn't look the best right now. We want to see ACDC above this level if we want to get better price action, but as long as we are below here, we are technically in no man's land. We would love to see a back test of our 50 SMA and see if we can get some support there, because we have yet to test it anytime in this run. And so I do expect that to happen here in the short term. And so be careful here with ACDC. Last but not least, we're looking at HIGHT here on the daily time frame. And so we were up about 1.3%. And nothing really crazy on a technical basis. We are still trading in our flag. Our MACD does look like it's getting to a point where we might be crossing over, and so that is something to look at. And so if we continue to just play out this triangle and our MACD starts to curl up a little bit, that would look extremely bullish for high tide in the short term. And so with all the bullish news that's been coming out of their camp and all of the future prospects of the cannabis industry, I believe high tide's a no-brainer at these levels. And so I'm holding long, and I just love to see how this one continues to trade. And I do expect it to move slowly but surely to the upside. There you guys have it. That is our quick little update on all the penny stocks we are watching. You guys can see on a technical basis, a lot of these stocks have a lot of promise at the levels that they're trading at right now. So I hope you guys make a lot of money with these plays. If you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to like. We are on the road to 10K subs. So if you made it to this point, feel free to hit that subscription button. This is Dummy Boy Finance. I'm Dummy Boy, and I'll see you guys in the next one.